driving me. Oh, that there's no denying. But do you even know what you're singing? The perilous of its words and disgracing their meaning. Oh, how. Welcome to the one-man show. And tell me, why won't you listen to a word that inspires me? And why won't you listen to me? Well, you know what you've done. You've become an icon. Well, you've embellished your ways and abused them for all. So tell me, how does it feel beating around the bush? And that, my friend, is a double meaning. And you think it what makes you so stubborn? Welcome to the one-man show. And tell me, why won't you listen to a word that inspires me? And why won't you listen to me? Why won't you listen to me? Oh, I know you've heard it all before, so what's the use in trying? All your misheard lyrics and paraphrases driving me. Oh, that there's no denying. But do you even know what you're singing? The perilous of its words and disgracing their meaning. Oh, how. Welcome to the one-man show. And tell me, why won't you listen to a word that inspires me? And why won't you listen to me? Well, you know what you've done. You've become an icon. Well, you've What makes you so stubborn? Welcome to the one-man show. And tell me, why won't you listen to a word that inspires me? And why won't you listen to me? Why won't you listen to me?
Good evening, race fans. Something very, very special today. This is Amigos Racing Team racing against cancer. This is lobby number 4. You can catch lobbies 1, 2 and 3 over on the ART media page, of course, with your unreplaceable host, Super Squid. He'll be jumping in for each of those 3 lobbies over there. We've got a sort of fallout lobby over here with some Black Flag guys. We've got some ART guys coming in a bit, waiting for some more to jump in soon. Quality for race number 1, we'll start in about 5 minutes. This is the way it works. Basically, we will do a 5-minute quali for the first race. Track will be revealed shortly. That'll be in the Aston Martin Vantage V8. You'll have 5 minutes to whack in a donation to either improve your grid position or buy yourself a crash or do whatever you want to do, and then we'll get the race started, and then it's just going to be reverse grid racing from there on in as people come in and money gets donated. But sit back and hold on to your hats, guys, because it's going to be a doozy. Good evening, Bandit. Nice that you join us. You were going to come in and join us for a couple of races. That'd be awesome if you could. Yeah, we know G-Max coming for race number 2. Still waiting for a few people said they'll come in and haven't arrived just yet, but quali is in 3 minutes. They don't turn up in time to quali, then they don't quali. Simple as. The race just starts without them. We are trying to stick to the same time as the ART groups, so just waiting for people to jump in would be good. Especially considering so many people said they were going to get involved. It'd be great. This is for something very special, of course. This is 2 raise money for Lankster and Elite. Elite Digits, both of ART. They've got their fight against cancer. We're trying to raise as much money as possible for their fight. So far, doing quite well. I'm going to have a quick look actually and see what the numbers are at, because we are, last time I looked, it was I think it was over 500 quid, and yeah, so we'll see. It'll be interesting to see what people vote for actually. What people start paying to get done would be quite interesting, especially considering what's available to people. I personally have I've paid £20 to see Super Squid refer to every driver as whatever the name is, King of the Wasps, who I love unconditionally, and while commentating for one entire race. I'm really looking forward to seeing how he pulls that one off, if he remembers to do it, of course. It's going to be a complicated one, but jump over onto the Amigos Just Giving page. You'll find it on Just Giving. It's Amigos Racing Team Race Against Cancer for Lankster and Elite Digits, currently at £550. Let's see how high we can get that for these guys this evening. It'd be awesome if we could bust that right up. Enjoy yourself there, Bandit. Yeah. Okay, so we're a minute away from qualifying, and I've got to say, I'm disappointed in the turnout, lads. Thought there were going to be more of us out there today, but it is what it is. We know some other people will be rocking up. G-Mac will be with us shortly. Hopefully Bandit will leave Big Willow alone for a couple of races and come and join us. Yeah, I thought Avalon was coming on tonight, but clearly not. Maybe the events of last night have made people decide not to come along. I don't know. Who knows? Yeah, who knows? All right, back with you shortly for qualifying. Right, going to get this lobby reset ready for qualifying. Hopefully everyone will jump in their cars. GMAC has just made it. First race here will be at Glorious Goodwood. I can't find it on the list. Just like me. Oh, there we go. There's Goodwood right there. Select layout, of course. Change event settings, and we are go, go, go. We'll start with a 4 and we'll see as people jump in. Would have been nice if we could churn out a 15 people lobby for this, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's for an important cause, so it's going to be fun whatever happens, and we're all going to have a bit of a laugh and donate and what have you. I might even just waiting for TJ. I don't know where he's gone. Really need to start qualifying now. TJ, where are you, dude? Where are you? You've disappeared. Yeah, unfortunately, we've got to run to time because we're running side by side with ART, and because we've got guys jumping in and out of lobbies across the way, we need to start on time. Not missed anything. Right, I've got to start 5-minute quali because everyone else has started, so TJ's going to miss out on quali now. Don't have a choice. Sorry, guys. There we go. Start quali. Right, so quali starting. TJ's going to have to jump in at the back when he finally turns up, of course. Let's see how everyone gets on qualifying wise. We've got 3 in the room so far. Nice Stormfly. Stormfly's actually put on some Amigos liveries. Who's going to be first out there, do you think? Good to see how quickly these guys get around and on, because I know that they're pretty quick around here, and it's quite a fun track. But nobody yet out on track, interestingly. Don't know what they're waiting for. It's only a 5-minute qualifying. They probably need to get out there pretty quickly. There goes Stormfly. He's the first out. He's going to give us a qualifying lap. At some point, I'm sure TJ will jump back in. Don't know where he disappeared to. He was messing around with the sand bus and all sorts of cars a little while ago. But it is what it is. So Stormfly not out on the track. GMAC is though, and TJ is right. Apparently, I need to restart. Give me a sec. Right, we're having some problems getting out onto the track by the looks of things. I'm going to restart the lobby because it appears to be some problems. Right, let's straight in. Let's restart this lobby. Goodwood. Don't know what happened there. Sorry about that. Right, new lobby up. This was a pain in the arse when we have lobby issues, isn't it? Right, TJ's made it this time. Just waiting for Stormfly and Wiggy, and we can do qualifying again. We are already after race 1, running behind, which is a bit of a pain, but I'm sure we'll catch up at some stage. Just waiting for Wiggy. I need to find a way that I can be in both the party chat and for this one. Very slow going, isn't it? Anybody would think I was a professional. Evening chasing, how you doing, mate? You'll be pleased to know we are already 5 minutes running behind. based on you know, because we're trying to follow along obviously with ART and follow the same timeline, but we're already 5 minutes behind because we had a lobby issue. Right, we're ready to go. Ready to go. There we go. We can't do another restart. We have to stick to the times. We're going to have to catch up after this one because we've got a couple of ART guys jumping in after this. Right, qualifying is underway. Let's go and have a look and see who's out there first. Right. Okay, everyone's out on track except for TJ. TJ's still not out. There he goes, he's gone. Is he gone? No, he's not, he's disappeared. There he is, he's out finally. So, what are we thinking? Well, I'm thinking these four, you can't even bust off, almost pretty good. Yeah. I know it's, the thing is, Jason, as well, which we've got to follow. We're supposed to be following exactly the other three lobbies because we've got people leaving one lobby and jumping in here at the end of race one, and the people are going to be jumping kind of back and forward, so the lobbies kind of need to run at the same time. But you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. But what we'll do, we'll if any of these guys, we'll race this one, and then we'll get some donations after the next one because we are running a bit behind. I want to catch up. And if any of these three guys want to do a donation, they can whack it in for the next race when there's more people. Because buying yourself 3 places on the grid really is going to make a difference here. I suppose it will if you last. But yeah, I'm going to stick some stuff in for race number 3. I've got a couple of things planned for race number 3. But I want some people in the room first, or not, for me to make a donation. We need some people in the room so I can... yeah, it is good with Jason. It is good. There's no pit stop, so we should no problem with pit bug. But yeah, so we need people in the room because I've got some kind of ideas for what we're responsible to do, and so I want people in it to do it. So Wiggy leads everybody out. We're in this Aston Martin V8, brilliant car. All the cars were picked by Lankster and Elite, Squid, and myself. Just to kind of mix it up a bit. Everyone's in the same car. Everyone's on hard racing tyres, so no advantage given there, other than the fact that you might be faster than somebody else. There is Wiggy leading everyone out right now. There's Stormfly behind him, G-Mac. We're waiting to see who's got the first hot lap though. And tricky track, Goodwood. It's one of those that can really punish. You get on the grass and you get a bit squirrely on the grass. You're right in big trouble. But so far, everyone has managed to keep the car facing in the right direction. TJ's only that far back because he started a bit later than everybody else. But Wiggy leading them out with Stormfly not too far behind him. And G-Mac looks like he's catching up to the back of Stormfly. So has he got a nice, quick, quality lap in him? Wiggy will cross the line. He'll be on pole. It might only be for a minute or two, or a second or two, but there he goes. That's a 1:17.4, 1:17.3 for Stormfly, and a 1:17.2 for G-Mac. All three very, very close, very, very quick times. TJ going to come round. He's going to stick himself on the grid at some stage, coming through this chicane. 5 minutes qualifying, and then from here on in, it's just reverse grid. No faffing about. Bang, TJ crosses that line, and there we have it. That wasn't a great lap from him. He's got another opportunity now to make a hot lap, but there's a 1:28.1 from him. But opportunity here. Jason, there's no tyre or fuel usage at all. It's literally they're 15-minute sprint races. No tyres, no fuel. 6 races, one after the other. 6 different cars. We've got 3 of the ART guys jumping in there after race number 1. Webson's is jumping in, Urban Fire, and they did tell me that one was. And I think I've already forgotten. But there we go. Just checking if there's any messages. Yeah, so we've got Dr. Boy, although he hasn't sent me a friend request yet, but I'm sure we'll find them anyway. Yeah, Dr. Boy, and then we've got Urban Fire and Webson's will be in. After this race, G-Mac made it on time, which is good. Hoping 1 or 2 others, I know are online, I know Fubar's online, it'd be nice to see him jump in, and Band, it'd be nice to see him jump in. You know, it's for charity, guys, to get in and have a bit of fun. You know, we don't, it would be, if you can donate, it would be nice. You know, you don't have to, obviously, but it'd be nice if you could stick a little bit of money in the pot, even if it is just to force the pole sitter to sit at the back of the grid, or even better still, stick a fiver in and get someone to reverse up the grid for 2 seconds from the start, or pay a tenner and you get a free smash someone out of the park jobby. Oh, that's a spin from Wiggy, so that's not going to be a faster lap. G-Mac bins it as well, which means Stormfly in the best position to set the fastest lap here, because those two have binned it. They're not going to get another opportunity. This is the last qualifying lap, so here goes Stormfly in that Amigos livery on that brilliant Aston Martin V8, and he's going to pop round the corner through the chicane. He's going to cross the line, and if it's quick enough, he's going to be on pole, and he crosses the line with... That's a 1:17.7, so not quick enough for pole. That is for G-Mac with his 17.2. Did give his car a little bump on the way through. That's good. Wiggy. TJ's last throw of dice. Can he steal pole position from the rest of the three out there at the moment? As he comes down and he crosses the line with a what? What's he got? 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 It's a 1:19.9. It does improve, but not enough. Okay, so we're going to go straight into it because there's only 4 out there, and we'll wait for the next lot to jump in for the donations coming in. So good luck to the 4 that have turned up. Looking forward to seeing how they fare. 15 minutes of racing here, and we go on from there. So we have just got the all cleared start. So actually we're not as far behind as we thought we might be. So we're going to start. About 2 minutes behind. I'm just waiting for the time to tick down. So we're currently 2 minutes behind. Not bad though, could be worse. And knowing us usually is. There are 4 lobbies, Aaron. They've got 3 lobbies. We've got this one. There were more people that said they were going to come that haven't, and we've got some ART guys are going to be jumping across after race number 1. Yeah, there's a number of lobbies. I will have a look, and if there's space, we'll see what goes on. We may switch between lobbies across people, but the reason being is that we had a number of people show interest and expected to have more in the lobby, so a bit disappointed that people have pulled out and numbers have dropped. But it is what it is. Right, race begins. Yeah, so we'll have at least 3 more after this race, but we have to obviously run on time because. All the lobbies are running at the same time. So here we go, 15 minutes of racing. G-Mac will lead him out, Stormfly second, Wiggy in 3rd place, TJ in 4th. And I fancy it's going to be a pretty close one because it's one of those weird races where anything can happen. A little slip in the wrong place and it's all going to repeat on. We're going to have to jump out and do that back in. There we go. So we are away. This is the first of 6 races here. If you don't remember the tracks, I will announce them as we go on. But G-Mac does lead everyone away, Stormfly just behind him. And let's be fair, Slipstream's going to play a part in this, whichever way you look at it. That was Stormfly going wide. That was Wiggy spinning out as well. So G-Mac's going to get a nice, lovely little bit of clear air, 3.4 seconds. Where's TJ? TJ way back, 7 seconds back, 2 seconds back. He's closing right up after Wiggy and Stormfly had their little spins. I don't know if they had it coming together, but they certainly both had a good little spin. So G-Mac, there he is, 4.1 seconds clear already. Here, a good one. That's a phenomenal start. Well, I mean, to be fair, it doesn't matter how phenomenal it is. He's quite lucky because the cars behind just weren't on it, and they made a little mistake. As I said, Goodwin's one of those kind of tracks that really can. Yeah, that's it. Aaron, Wiggy, TJ and G-Mac. Bandit is doing dailies. Fuba, I've seen him, I think he's practicing for GR4. Patrick withdrew his... well, to be fair, I think Patrick still ticked into race, but didn't. G-Mac makes a mistake in the chicane. That's going to cut that gap down significantly. And, yeah, so clip the wall coming through there, but he's still got 2.1 seconds over the rest of the field. But we'll see what happens. Plenty. just going to check. I'm just going to go for the list of Jay. I think you said that we're going to do it. We did have more on the list. So, initially Patrick and Demos were also tipped to do it. They obviously haven't joined us. But there were it was up at 9 at one stage, but a few people have unticked themselves. For whatever reason that might be. But to be fair, if I'd known it only before, we would have tried to find a way to squeeze everyone into... Well, I mean, it wouldn't have happened because they're oversubscribed. You know, 45 people racing in the other 3 lobbies. But if we can raise a few quid from this side, all good. All good. GMAC leads them out. The gap is significantly closed now after we had that little rubbing of the chicane at the end of lap 1. So the gap now only 0.4 or half second, with Stormfly right up close to him. Wiggy has not got this dialed in, and 8.4 seconds back. So not finding the Aston Martin to be the car of his dreams. But this is kind of the idea. It is 6 very different cars. Yeah, it gives people the opportunity to drive cars we ordinarily drive, and certainly ones they haven't had the opportunity to practice in. So it is supposed to be just a little bit of fun and a bit of a laugh. But, is what it is. There's TJ running in 4th place, 7 seconds back. He is currently running. Can he close up on Wiggy? Or it really is. Whoever the 2 of these can get the car dialed in first is TJ interpreting track limits for himself there a little bit. So there we go. GMAC under significant pressure now from Stormfly. Is he able to find a way through, or is GMAC going to be able to hold him off here a good one? It's a difficult track to overtake because there is only really one line throughout here. So you're kind of relying on the car in front of you to take the wrong line or make a mistake. But Stormfly just nudgy, let him know he's there. And there he tries to pull out, tries to find a way through. Not happening. GMAC holding him off as they come down to this final turn before the chicane. Now you'll see them head round and down towards the chicane. Get this right this time, and GMAC's going to be in the lead still. But it's a good long run down to turn 1 here, which will give Stormfly tucked in that slipstream just a little opportunity. Fastest lap there for Stormfly so far with a 1:17.3. GMAC with a 1:18.1, but all still to play for. Wiggy has done he's done a 1:17.7, so there clearly is some pace in that car. It was just a really bad first lap that cost him quite a lot of time. TJ in the low 20s at the minute, just struggling a little bit with this Aston Martin, but plenty of decent cars to come, of course. It's a shame I can't watch the other lobbies at the same time. I suppose I could, but it would be irresponsible of me to watch. So basically Super Squid is going to do 2 races with lobby 1, 2 races with lobby number 2, and 2 races with lobby number 3. After lobby 1 we're going to see, race number 1, we're going to see 3 of the ART guys come in and jump in with us, which will increase his number, or double the number of people here, which is a shame that we didn't have more than I expected. I thought there'd be about 6 spaces left, but it is what it is. Come on, Football Bandit, get your asses in here, man. Come and have some fun. It's certainly significantly better when you're in here than when you're not. You're on GT7, so it's not like you've got anything better to do. This is, of course, for Racing Against Cancer, for Lankster and Elite Digits. Their fight against cancer. All money raises going to Cancer Research UK. You can find it on the Just Giving page. Amigos Racing Team and Racing Against Cancer. Currently at, after race number 1 starts, we are sitting at, waiting for it to come up, £571. So waiting to see how I can get this. If we can get this to somewhere near £600, £700, even £700 by the end of the day, really big achievement, I think. But TJ just he's starting to find that he's found some pace there. 1:18.9 for him. GMAC still in the lead and just pulled out a little bit of a gap from Stormfly. Stormfly not been able to find a way through, but these two clearly dominate here at Goodwood. And finding that little bit of pace. Wiggy is closing up there. He's got the fastest lap with that 1:17.0. So really getting that car dialed in. So just as TJ starts to find some pace, Wiggy finds a bit more, and it gets a little bit squirrely there as you come to the end of lap 5. 15 minutes this race will be. Next race will be a nice quick turn around, and then it'll be reverse grid from race number 1. So everyone will know where they will go, unless of course someone makes a donation, and yeah, we'll see what happens with that. If someone makes a donation, it might change where they're going to be. Next race is in the WRX GR3 at Kyoto Yamagiwa, so we get to see Wiggy's Wiggler. Apologies for that technical issue. My daughter thought it would be a good idea to start smashing a balloon around the front room into the computer. But that problem is now solved. She is now dead, and please don't call the police. No, I'm only joking, she's not actually dead. Right, so G-Mac is in the lead. He is just 0.2 of a second clear of Stormfly, but holding him off well. And he has been holding him off since lap 1. Stormfly closed that gap on him after having a spin on the first lap, but just hasn't been able to close it enough to make the overtake. Wiggy down to 7 or 8 seconds gap. He's a little bit slower lap 6, but it's currently the fastest lap. That's 17.0 for him. And TJ, his fastest lap was an 18.9, but hasn't been able to recreate that pace in this Aston Martin. I think these guys are going to be a hell of a lot closer when it comes to the WRX, and hopefully by then we'll have a couple more in the group, and it'll be a little bit more of a bit more of a battle with the WRX at Yamagiwa. That's a really cool racetrack, and of course that's Wiggy's got to win there because you've got the Wiggy's Wiggler at Yamagiwa, which is named after him after a tank slapping his back end. That sounds wrong, doesn't it? Tank slapping his back end during a race there a few weeks back. We've also got the I think Paul and I made up a few names for a few corners there, but that's the only one I can remember. And there was the duck face or duck bill as well. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. But it's difficult to find out to talk about when there's only 4 people who turned up the race. But you know, it's for charity and charity. For charity. So let's raise a few quid, stick around in your pockets, and how about someone sponsors somebody to come and race with us? That'd be a good idea. I might stick it in the chat. We'll see what happens. I'm going to have a quick look. Actually, I'm going to jump onto YouTube and have a quick look at what's going on in the ART race, because I'm sure there's going to be some more there. Right, so apologies if I lag a little bit. I'm just opening up their stream. See what Supersquid's got going on over there. Right, well, at the moment they are. I mean, the fastest lap there actually is half a second slower than the fastest lap here. ATC Dog, currently running in 3rd in that group, is half a second slower with the fastest lap. Whereas us here, yeah, maybe, but then you say that, Jason, but then there are 45 in 3 lobbies at ART, so yeah, it is what it is. You know, you can't force people to turn up. It's disappointing because when I initially put it up, we had something like 9 people ticked in to do it, which makes it worthwhile running a lobby. But 3 or 4, we could probably have tried to find a way to jump in and out of a couple of lobbies over there, but it is what it is. Maybe there's a few ART guys that want to jump across, and we can kind of zhuzh it up a bit. I know we've got 3 jumping in for a couple of races anyway. Right, so Stormfly has managed to finally get himself around G-Mac, who he's not being dropped just yet, but 1.3 seconds, I think that's the biggest the gap has been since Stormfly caught the back of G-Mac. Wiggy still 10 seconds back. Somehow still has that fastest lap with a 1:17.0, but can't keep the laps consistent. And that seems to be the thing with Goodwood, is that it is, I mean, most races back to laps, of course, but you need to be super, super consistent here, because one little slip on the grass and it's all going horribly, horribly wrong. So there's Stormfly as he comes through in the lead finally. 11 or nearly 12 minutes into this 15-minute race. GMAC comes very wide on the exit, and a lot of grass and not a lot of tarmac for him. And that is a phenomenal one. That's a 1:16.5. And you jump back over to ART. Still, there's no lap faster than 1:17.5 over there. So that's not bad at all. Yeah, you got to be pretty impressed with that. Would he still be doing that? This was a lobby of 10 people, 15, 20 people. Well, not 20 people, would it? 15 people. No, you don't necessarily know, but you know, clear air in front of you certainly is a possibility. As Stormfly just starts to pull away from GMAC now in the lead of this race. 3 seconds is that gap for GMAC. It doesn't look like he's got any sort of response. Wiggy, it looks like he's had a big tank slapper somewhere, because that gap, 23 seconds. But then it's 23 seconds back to TJ as well. Not quite as close for those guys. So definitely expecting something a bit closer when we get to Yamakuwa. Stormfly rounding that final turn before the chicane, into the chicane. We're riding on board with him now. And we'll do a full on board with him actually. And using all that road across that pit lane, heading down to turn 1. That was a 17.1, another quick lap still. So these hard tyres just starting to come good, but obviously there's no tyre there, so it's not about rubbering in the grip at all. But just started to find his line around. I think it's that 15 minutes is about the time when you kind of find that rhythm, you've got that rhythm sort of dialed in, and then it's all done and the race is finished. 2 more laps essentially we're looking at. Well, depending on where you are on the racetrack, of course. And you can see here where it's such a tricky circuit. Goodwood. I mean, it's not that it's used mostly for classic car races now, as we know, and car shows. There's no real sort of big major racing events here now, outside classic car racing, of course. It goes a little bit wide there, but with that sort of 3 second gap, it allows him just that time to let off the power and get the car lined up. And GMAC is absolutely drifting that car all over the show. This is a normal road race, mate, not a drift race. And Stormfly just coming in, and that's very wide. Is that going to give GMAC a bit of impetus to get back? Well, no, because GMAC had that tank slapper. He's now 11 seconds back. So I think this is pretty clear what's going on here. As Stormfly slows right down. Is he letting him catch back up just to give it a 1 lap shootout? Or is he? I think he is. I think he slowed down to give GMAC a 1 lap shootout. I hope this isn't for my purposes, mate. I hope this isn't for my purposes. Or they're doing it for everyone. Oh, TJ's around Wiggy. What happened there? Are they all slowing down for a 1 lap shootout to the end? Or is it to make sure they only have 1 lap left? Yeah, because it doesn't look like Wiggy or TJ are going to make another lap. I've just got to accept this friend request because he's jumping in for the next race. So here we go. So Wiggy rounds the chicane. Race has been done for this final lap for him. So it is Stormfly versus GMAC to the end of this race. Would have been good if all 4 could have finished on the same lap, but it only works if you're all super quick. Looking at the race there, the race is just finishing up. Yeah, their race is just finishing, so our race will be finished as well, and then they will have a little change to the lobby. Right, there we go. That race is done and dusted. Actually, who won it? It was Mike 142 on the race for ALT in lobby number 1. Car will change it now, and there we go. So here we are. There's fire jumping in, and just as this race finishes up, and GMAC trying to find a way through. Can he? Will he? Won't he? Wiggy, is he going to hold him up? Is he going to hold him up and make a problem? Oh, he tries it, but Stormfly just wins it out. GMAC comes home in 2nd, TJ in 3rd, and Wiggy home in 4th place. So a little bit of shenanigans there right at the end. quite clever move there from Wiggy. He knew he wasn't going to improve on 4th place, so he decided just to make it a little bit difficult for Stormfly right at the end there, and it almost paid off. Yeah, we've got Book the Boys joining us. Urban Fire's just jumped in, I think, and we've got Webson's coming in as well. So just waiting for this race to finish so we can do the switcheroony and get some gambling done and get some sponsorship in. Right, so lobby changes. People that are changing lobbies are doing so now. Your crisps are awesome. Thanks for sharing that, mate. There you go. There's your winner. Stormfly race number 1. Okay. Right. Let's do a quick switchy change. Don't event settings. Get McGee on it. Be like me not to be able to find it. Less haste, more speed. How do you think? Kyoto. Yamagiwa. Got to change that as well to practice an endurance race. And we've got to change that to slowest first. There we go. Change event settings. Next car is the GR3. WRX GR3. I suppose I should put the car on so I can see which car it is. I'm acutely aware I'm going to do this now. I haven't got one of the cars. Where is it? It's category GR3. It's around here somewhere. There it is. WRX GR3. Right, so we've got Bandit's joining us this time. Brilliant. Just waiting for Websons to come and join us as well. And we will get cracking. Right. So we want to do... Right, so I am going to... Right, here we go. Let me make the donation first, shall we? Hold the line, callers. Talk amongst yourself while I make this donation and make the request. So it's pretty slow at the moment. That's on the keyboard properly. Press the wrong button. The line call out. There we go. There we go. Looks like it's awful. There we go, done. Right, so I'm betting, not betting, I'm gambling. I'm not gambling either, I'm donating £10 for Urban Fire and Bukta to try and take each other out. There we go. Just putting it in. Do-do-do. So many buttons to click, man. So many buttons to click. Right, let's just let them know what's going on. Oh, come on. My typing is really slow in it. There we go, done. Hopefully it's seen. Should be fun. Just waiting for the last one to tick in. We've got Websons in, we've got Book to Boy and Bandits in now. Fire just waiting for him to tick in the WRX, and we will get a crack in. I don't think there's any more donations. Let me just double check I haven't missed anything. You never know. Click the right button. It's quite boring when we try to talk and type at the same time. I'm clearly not very good at Right, just waiting for, I think Urban Fire is he must be putting extra protection on his car now because alright, just letting the group know we're ready there. I can let the guys know we're ready here. I need to set grid by a thingy, slowest first alone. It's waiting for Hockers as well, I think. I just got to quickly adjust this grid. Sorry, guys. Let's do that. There we go. Sod it. That's how we're doing, and we're going from here. Right, here we go. 15 minutes. It's going to be carnage because we're looking to see Book Boy and Urban Fire take each other out. We've got Bandit involved now. We're all in the WRX. We're at Yamagiwa. Stormfly on the back, obviously, after his win. G-Mac is going to be just ahead of him. Wiggy ahead of him, then TJ, then Bandit, Webson's Urban Fire with Book to Boy at the front. Put those three in that order for no particular reason other than it's just going to be funny. Who cares about rules? It's just about messing around. So here we go. Jump out, the race is starting, jump back in, and here they go, look, they're already at it, already going for it. Urban Fire gets swallowed up though, couldn't get hold of Book to Boy, but straight at him from the outset, and that's the way we like it. Absolute carnage. Does he spin him out? Not quite yet. But Book to Boy drops down, he's with G-Mac, him and Urban Fire out the back of the pack. They are literally, it's going to be carnage between these two. Gives him a little nudge, that's one done. Fire's got to catch him back up now and give Book to Boy a bit of that back, but that was good going from him. Webson's out in the lead. He's got Bandit chasing him down in the WRX in second place. I need to shut down the other stream because it's affecting this one a little bit. Yeah, apologies for jumping around. Yeah, so here we go, it's a little bit better. There's Webson's out in the lead. Bandit in second place. We've got TJ coming up behind him. Look at all the Dutchmen out there. All bunting out. TJ up into second. He's made the move around Bandit now. G-Mac trying to make the move on the back of Bandit. They are side by side. And at the moment, it's and Demos came in, but he's left us again. He was supposed to be joining us. It's Book to Boy and Stormfly. That's the Stormfly's had a bit of a wobble. He's now in seventh place. Urban Fire head of Book to Boy. Did he give him a proper little shove then that I missed out on? Because I was looking at the guys at the front, because I thought them guys were going to go at it as well. But awesome little start from everybody. Book to Boy going to come back at him, absolutely no doubt. So it is Webson's in the lead from TJ, who is battling out with G-Mac. And when we go through Wiggy's Wiggler, I might actually mention that G-Mac going very wide there. And that is just going to allow Bandit, who actually happens to be G-Mac that went wide, but Bandit allowed through. And G-Mac on the back of him. Wiggy holding off in fifth place. Urban Fire up to sixth. Him and Book to Boy had their little dinky dink. And yeah, they started. I put them on first and second because I thought they might get down to turn one and have a go there. But absolutely started it off on the line. Brilliant commitment to the cause from them two. Absolutely brilliant commitment. Stormfly back in seventh place. And Book to Boy's got some work to do to catch up. But I bet he'll be seething. He'll want some of Urban Fire in the next race. If he gets an opportunity to have a little dig at him, that would be awesome. But there he is running in eighth at the moment. Webson's in the lead and pulling away at the moment. Got it out to 1.7 seconds as they go through Wiggly's Wiggler. It's more of Wiggly's Wiggler in the other direction, though, to be fair. It's more fun the other way, I think. But it is still Wiggly's Wiggler. But Webson's the gap close to 9/10 of a second, but he's just kind of maintaining that gap at the moment. Bandit and TJ, they haven't sorted, or not got back battling again, they've sorted themselves out into a straight line, but that's about as far as it's got. Does that allow Wiggy just to close up on them? Well, he does, because look at that gap back. Stormfly, TJ is facing in the wrong direction. Was that a little dink, or was that TJ just wiped out? So he is way back now behind Stormfly. So it is Book to Boy out the rear. 2.5 seconds behind Urban Fire, but already closing that gap. 1.1 seconds up to Stormfly, who's found himself in sixth place, strangely, in this race. He hasn't been able to work his way forward. There is TJ. He had a little wobble. He is back in fifth now, with Wiggy up to fourth place, chasing down Bandit and G-Mac, who are battling out. While they're battling out, Webson's pulling away and got the gap out to 2 seconds. And I love the livery on that car. It's a shame I didn't get a chance to do a load of liveries myself, to be fair. But looking awesome, the WRX there of Webson's. And this is we are messing around, we are having a bit of a laugh, but it is a serious cause. This is to raise money for cancer research. Let's have a look at the current running total, shall we? Can. Just waiting for it to reload. It's up to £614.07. So very well done, everybody. Absolutely very well done. Just waiting for it to update, of course. So, but Webson's 1.5 seconds clear. There is G-Mac. He's just got himself ahead of Wiggy and Bandit. And just trying to make that, close that gap down to Webster's. 4 minutes into this 15-minute race. And I'll tell you what, for what was I'm not going to say boring race, because it was, you know, it is what it is. The race is good, but this has hotted up a little bit more. So there's Webster's 1.8 clear of GMAC. Wiggy has closed that gap down now to 1 second. He's starting to find his way into this, into the mix, shall we say. I'm trying to get back to the correct pages and give you the actual running time, the correct running time. I just love how I'm so professional. I can talk with at the same time. What can I call that? Problem is, I've got so many windows out. I'm trying to find things. It's just a slow computer. Right, so Book to Boy and Urban Fire. These two are going to go back at it again. The gap is down to 1.6 seconds. I'm just waiting for Book to Boy to catch the back of Urban Fire and absolutely melt him into a wall. Stormfly holding off in 6th place. Not been able to do much about the gap ahead, and TJ kind of holding on. Where are we? We're at £624, and there it is. What a brilliant result so far. I don't think £750 is a big ask at this stage. But Webster he's maintaining that gap actually, 1.8 seconds from GMAC, who's got a penalty to serve. That's going to give Wiggy second place here. He's got himself ahead of Bandit. Has closed down on GMAC, and GMAC's going to serve that penalty and just watch Wiggy breeze past him. And there we go. GMAC slowing down. Wiggy just pulls out, and off he goes. Can Wiggy now close down on Webster's? He's got that gap too, 2.7 seconds. Come on, Black Flag guys. You get the ART guys can't come in your room and show you how to race. Embarrassing. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Absolutely ashamed of yourselves. Is what it is. Is what it is. There's Bandit running in full place. Good running from Bandit actually, who is not too far off the back of GMAC and closing. He's actually opened up the 7.5 second gap from TJ, who is still 2.6 seconds ahead of Stormfly, back in 6th place. 5.6 seconds to Urban Fire, and there is Book to Boy, about to get revenge on Urban Fire if he can catch him. So that gap is down to 0.3 of a second, and I can imagine what's going to happen right here. He's going to absolutely melt him into a corner when he gets that opportunity, or is he? The gauntlet has been laid down for these two to be battling it out at the back there. Obviously the great thing is they will get a pole position start in the next race, of course. So here they go. He's crawling up behind him. He's closed that gap right down. When does he make this move, and how badly is he going to destroy Urban Fire? Little switcheroo on him. There's a little reminder. There's a reminder he's behind him, but he is coming for him, big styling. But maybe I should have had the attack on Webster's, because at the moment he is dominating this race, and Wiggy trying to close him down. But that's a great run at that corner for Book to Boy. Urban Fire trying to hold him off, and bang! And the dirt is gone. That was only a little one though. Urban Fire managed to hold him off, and nothing in that. Here we go. Is there another opportunity here? So now Urban Fire with that slipstream Book to Boy moving around all over the place. He's not letting him pass. He makes the move, and bang! Does he spin him out? Yes, he does. And the spin is complete. And there is Book to Boy just getting his car the right way around, and Urban Fire's only gone and crashed his car. This is going to be it's going to go again, because there comes, and he waits for him and gives him another little dig, but this time Book to Boy escapes, and it is on for another lap. Who cares what's going on with the rest of the race? These two are kicking the shit out of each other. It's absolutely worth every single penny that's been paid for this. This is just a war now. It's gone beyond. This has gone beyond. Let's have a bit of fun for donation. This has turned into let's just kill each other on this racetrack. So Urban Fire, brilliant moves. Book to Boy made those little moves, spun him out. Urban Fire got him back, absolutely melted him, and then himself loses it. And he's got to chase him down again. So it gives us time to see where Webster's is. Still 2 seconds clear of Wiggy. He's just not able to close up on that in that WRX as we complete lap 6 here at Yamigiwa. GMAC is getting involved in that top 3 battle. He is just 8 tenths back from Wiggy. Bandit's dropped back to 6th place, and he's facing in the wrong direction. Can't park that there, mate. He is now facing in the correct direction, but he is 14 seconds behind Stormfly, who's just now closing on the back of TJ. TJ 3 tenths ahead of him, and that battle is going to continue. Webson's in 1st place, the gap down to 1.3 seconds. This is where Wiggy is just starting to ramp it up as we head down. And we're going to be heading into, and let's go on board with Wiggy, as we head down and into Wiggy's Wiggler. And this is going to go down the hill here, and there's Wiggy's Wiggler. You can see it just ahead of you on this left-hand side. And into Wiggy's Wiggler we go through the first part, round to the right, round to the left, and then we head up the hill out of Wiggy's Wiggler. It is a much more dangerous turn in the other direction, and that's how it got his name, because that's how he spun this. It wasn't the WRX, I can't remember what car it was actually he did. But that's fastest lap for Wigger, 1:34.2. Urban Fire, has he closed up? No, he's 4 seconds back. Could not close it up enough. There's still 5 minutes left. There's still 5 minutes to get on the back of Bookter Boy and get this war going yet again. The irony is that's perfect footage for Dicks of the Dailies, but obviously I can't put it in there because it's not a dickish move, because they got literally paid to do that shit. So Webson's is in the lead. Wiggy just behind him. It's 3 tenths of a second is that difference. GMAC 3 seconds back now. So the top two are battling it out to the end. Wiggy has just ramped it up in the last third of this race as we head into the 12 minutes. We're looking at probably about 3 more laps here. And it's all well and good catching, but he's still got to get past him. Can he find a way through on Webson's? Here we go, heading down again, and you've got this sweeping left-hander. They turn into you don't really go down the gears too much, down into sort of third or fourth gear before you get back on that power and just head out. Then you've got this big dip down the hill, and then you've got Wiggy's Wiggler, of course, and this has got to be his best corner. It's the corner named after him. He literally has to nail this and close back up on Webster's. He just managed to pull out a little bit of a gap again and put himself into safety. Meanwhile, further back, there's GMAC, 2.8 seconds now, and he's dropped Stormfly. Dropping ahead of Stormfly. Stormfly has got round TJ, but he's keeping a 9-second gap back to Stormfly, who's going to struggle to get into the top 3 this time out. Bandit, 15 seconds back after that spin, and that's the grass, mate. You can't park that there, son. You cannot park that there. But he's in a bit of no man's land. 15 seconds ahead, 15 seconds back, and the battle between these two has just meant that they weren't getting involved in that race at all. But they will start at the front of the grid for the next race, and I promise I won't do anything to them this time out. I promise. So Webson's still holding off in the lead. This is a brilliant drive from Webson's, to be fair. Brilliant drive. He capitalised actually on the little battle between Urban and Bookter Boy early doors, and just managed to get himself out in the lead. Built a bit of a gap and kind of kept himself there. 9/10 of a second he is ahead of Wiggy at the minute, and Wiggy seems to be doing everything he can at WRX to catch him. He's got the fastest lap. Well, he did have the fastest lap on lap 7, and then Webson's went and responded with a 34.0, and that's going to carry on. GMAC is 2.5 seconds off the back of this battle now. I don't think he's going to be close enough to get himself involved. Stormfly in 4th place, 9.9 seconds is the gap. TJ, though, not closing up at 2.5 seconds. He is plumb bang in the middle of this racetrack. Bandit 17 seconds back from him. Another 17 seconds back to Urban Fire. Bookter Boy is now 1.2 seconds back from Urban. This looks to me like there might be a continuation to this battle as Bookter Boy just catching back up to the back of Urban Fire. And this battle is not quite finished yet. Is he going to take him out and leave Urban Fire last in this race? This is what will probably be the penultimate lap, and these two still going at it. There it is, Urban Fire, Bookter Boy, smashing each other all over the racetrack, trying to find a little bit of a way through. But this is what the big money gets paid for. We want to see these guys absolutely hurting each other. We don't want fair racing here. We paid to see these two crashing into each other, and that was a massive, massive crash. They both wipe each other out into the wall, and the screech of tyres and just the disappearing pink car of Urban Fire into the wall. But the boy hit him so hard that he also ended up in the wall. So will there be one last ditch go at this? The race is over, of course, because these two have killed each other, but everyone else still racing. And this is the final lap for these two. We'll see them round the final corner, and brilliant racing from you two. Brilliant, great fun. Thank you very much. Really enjoyed that. It was absolutely worth every penny to see you two kicking the living out of each other. And they are not giving it up now either. And Urban Fire just been absolutely melted into the pit wall by Butcher Boy. And absolutely brilliant finish by Butcher Boy. Urban Fire will eventually get across the line, having been absolutely melted at the end there by Butcher Boy into the pit wall. And yeah, you've got to say, I was going to say that the move of the race had been Urban Fire after spinning, waiting for Butcher Boy and giving him a little bang and knocking it down to like 3 seconds. But I tell you what, that was awesome. Just absolutely caning him onto that pit wall. Webster's wins from Wiggy. G-Mac in third. Stormfly comes out in fourth place, 10 seconds back from that battle. That was brilliant. Absolutely loved it. 6 seconds back to TJ, and then 15 seconds back to Bandit in 6th place. Brilliant. I absolutely enjoyed that. It was really good fun. We move on. And where do we move on to? That's a good question. I did write it down. I am a little more professional this time. So we're on to the Mazda Roadster S 2015 at Scuba. That's going to be good fun. A bit of a road car, none of the extra poke. But Butcher Boy and Urban Fire, applaud you for that. That was absolutely brilliant. Fantastic footage. I will highlight reel that. That was brilliant. So donations open again for Lobby 4. If anyone wants to donate anything specific, to do something specific. But that was absolutely brilliant. Yeah, my life is complete. My life is complete. And I do need to catch Squid's commentary, because there was a challenge laid down for him. I will find out where that was and how he got on with that at some stage. But there we go. Race number 2 done and dusted. Brilliant. Loved it. Can't type and talk at the same time. So there we go. Right, we move on. So it is the car. I forgot what it was. I haven't forgotten. So I need to check. It is the completely wrong part of Discord to find my list, which I wrote down. There we go. So it is the there we go. Really should get another keyboard, shouldn't I? There we go. G-Max ducked out. I might have to go to work actually, to be fair. Let's change up the lobby a little bit for the next event, which will be Scuba. There's a track, there it is. Hold the line, caller, while I find this thing. How awful is my eyesight? You'd think, right, the amount of times that I do stuff on here, I'd know where everything is by now, wouldn't you? So we've lost Bandit, we've lost... I think they've gone to get them. I've gone to get the car, actually, to be fair. That would make sense. But the boy Wiggy, Stormfly, they've got it there in it. Have I got it? I think I'm sure I've got it. Let me find it. Change car. I have got it. I know I've got it because I think I suggested this one. There we go. This I'm really looking forward to. Really looking forward to. This is going to be a good little battle here. Once the other two jump in, I will set the reverse grid, of course. I feel sorry for Squid. He's got to look at three. He's got to do broadcasting for 3 lobbies and. Yeah, and talk to everybody else as well, and make sure everyone's got the right car in the right place. Right, just wait for everyone to tick in, and I can set the. I need my vape this one. I need to drink as well. I think I've got 3 empty cans of Pepsi right just in front of me. Proper lazy. That's what it is. Proper lazy while it's ticking in, so I can set the grid. Right, so it was Webson's, so you can go to the back. There we go. Then it was Wiki. Then who was it? It was GMAC, wasn't it? GMAC and Stormfly. DJ. Bandit, Urban Fire, and Book the Boy. There's that way around. Oh, where's he gone? Has he got the wrong car? Well, he's gone to buy some tyres. Right, so anyone watching that has a specific requirement that we want these guys to do for a donation? For instance, does anyone want to buy themselves a pole position here, or do they want to whack someone to the back of the pack? What's going on? Right, where are we at? Let's have a target update. So we were last check at £624. Some more donations come in. We're at £656. That is awesome. Well done, guys. Literally, every couple of minutes up it goes, and I'm really impressed with that. You guys are doing a great job. To be fair, it's mostly these items. We're doing fuck all over it. Basically, all we're doing here is watching Fire and Book the Boy just smash each other into walls. But you guys on the other frequencies absolutely smashing it in terms of donations. Really proud. So just waiting to see if what's his name? Bandit. If Bandit returns. I'm assuming he's just gone to get the car because he was here. Wondering what's happened to him. Oh, I found turns out one of those cans wasn't empty. There we have it. It is now. Let's not forget while we're doing this, Lankster and Elite both suffering with cancer. Obviously, we wish them all the best. We're doing this to raise a little bit of money, and if that money can go towards helping to find a cure, or helping, helping to find a cure, or helping with, aftercare, whatever you need, medication, the lot, then anything that we can give makes a massive difference. Let's face it, cancer touches the lives of pretty much everybody, so you really do need, if you can, to even if it's just a little bit, just stick a little bit in the pot and it's all good. So let's move Bandit where he belongs, which I think is there. Just waiting for the go from Mr. Squid himself. Not had anything yet. The machine will be ready to go in a second. Any more donations? Any more coming in? I could make those two battle out. I'm not going to, but I could make those two battle out again between them. So that's a couple of grids done. Ours is done and group one's done. Just waiting for a couple of others. And I think now is when, so group one's done, and I think now Squid's jumped over to lobby number 2, because we've got 2 races there, of course. And then it'll be lobby 3 for the other 2 races. I did offer to help out, but he's good at this stuff, so he can do it himself. Yeah, so we've got this one. Oh my god, my dog is just flying. What the hell is wrong with you? Are you ill? Oh, seriously, I forgot to grab the leads. It's disgusting. Oh, sorry, God, that's absolutely rank. Oh, that is oh. I think she's live. She's live. Oh my God, that is rank. Go out there. Go, not on the couch. Go over there. Go that way. Seriously, I can't breathe. Guys, I can't breathe. It is awful. It's one of the worst things I've ever smelled in my entire life. Absolutely. It is. Do you know, I wish, that's the one thing that needs to be invented. Someone needs to invent smell-o-vision, because that is genuinely the most disgusting thing I've ever smelled. It's not going away either. It's just constantly there. Right, we're ready to go. Let's have it then, shall we? Right, everyone's ticked in, everyone's ready. Let's have it. Go, go, go. So, Urban Fire will lead them out from Book to Boy. This time they don't have to beat each other up. Bandit from TJ, Stormfly from GMAC, Wiggy from Websons, and I'm not racing. So let's see if this battle between Book to Boy and Urban Fire can be a little bit more of a less of a dangerous one this time, and more of a race between the two of them. So here we go. Just have to jump out and jump back in to get the right view, of course. And there we go. We are away. How long can they hold off the charge from behind? We know Webson's quick. We know Stormfly's quick. We know Wiggy and GMAC have got some pace in there. TJ's got some pace. This is a really, really cool track for these masters. And these cars are brilliant. And Book to Boy and Urban Fire going at it, and they're not even being paid to this time. And this time they're just doing it for fun. Book to Boy in the lead, Urban Fire just behind him, Stormfly trying to find a way round the outside, and it is carnage already. It is literally bumper cars as they bounce their way through. Everyone's sticking to it. TJ is struggling with that MX-5, and hasn't got a wing on the back of it, which doesn't help, to be fair. Really should have put a wing on the back of that. But Book to Boy out in the lead. He's got a massive wing on the back of his. GMAC's not bothered with a wing. Neither has Stormfly. Neither has Wiggy. Bandit, has he got one on there? No, he hasn't. Websons has got a wing on it. TJ has not got a wing on it. And Urban Fire at the very, very back. He's 10 seconds back. He doesn't have a wing on the back of his either. And he is miles behind now in the MX-5. So, Book to Boy in the lead of this race, trying to hold off Stormfly. Different position from him this time round. Sliding out that back end around turn 1. And it's a brilliant racetrack for these sort of cars. This is absolutely the bang-on sort of cars you want to be racing around here. And Stormfly into the lead, but Book to Boy's not giving this up. And it's almost like they're drifting. GMAC keeping up to the back of Book to Boy. That's your top 3. Stormfly leads from Book to Boy, from GMAC. Wiggy's involved there. And not far back, 1.6 seconds to Bandit. Half a second back to Webson's winner last time out. Not been able to fight his way through quite as quickly this time as Wiggy, GMAC and Stormfly have. Being held up in a minute by Bandit, who is currently running in 5th place. TJ in 7th, and Urban Fire absolutely occupying the position that I would ordinarily be in. And interesting story about Urban Fire. I met this guy, one of the first ever daily races I did. I'd only just started daily racing. It was a race around in London. We had a great. It was, I think we finished like 3rd or 4th or something. It wasn't, we didn't finish in the top. Or I think we both finished in the top 3. I might stand corrected, but we it was a great race between us. Great racing, and my tyres just gave out on me, so I had to really close that gap. But we've kind of like bumped into each other along the way since, and there you go. That's what we do every day. Small world, mate. Small bloody world. He ended up at ART. I ended up at the team which shall be named, and now I'm here. There we go. So Stormfly in the lead, 1.3 seconds now. He's getting that Mazda singing. He hasn't got that big, massive wing and got that extra grip that it gives, but he is 1.5 now seconds clear. GMAC with a half-second penalty. That's going to let Wiggy straight back into this. Webson's now has fought his way to the front. Where's Book to Boy? Book to Boy has obviously had a problem because he's way down now in 7th place behind TJ, so couldn't keep the car on the road and has now dropped back to 7th. I love the livery on that car. This car is awesome with that big wheel on the back. It's a thing of beauty, that car. And I don't know why we do not race with these Mazdas more often, because they are beautiful. Orvar joining the room. Absolutely got no problem with racing with us as long as he gets in the correct car, of course. So it is Fire at the rear. He's 14 seconds back from Book to Boy. They had a great battle last time out, smacking the living. And that's TJ sideways. You can't park that there, son. You know that by now. He is back underway, but losing maybe the back end, maybe the front end, maybe both ends of that car. Back in 7th place. 18 seconds back is Urban Fire, though. 30 seconds back. Has he crashed again? He keeps changing. He's 11 seconds back. And so his class is at 109. Comparison to Stormfly with a 105.9 out in front. There he is. He's already 4 seconds clear of a GMAC. And he is battling with Wiggy. They are side by side, heading round that final turn, that sweeping right-hander that takes you back down to the start-finish line. And that was Stormfly facing in the wrong direction. So it's no longer a 4-second gap. It's coming down. By the time everyone catches him, it's going to be down to around 2 seconds. As he heads into turn 1, he is safely ahead, but only just. Wiggy and GMAC batting it out. There's Webson's. He's sitting in 4th place, 1.8 seconds back for that battle. Opening up a gap from Bandit. Can he get involved in that battle between Wiggy and GMAC? Does that battle between them just push them back towards Webson's and give Stormfly a bit of a gap out front? We've seen him go wobbly. He can mess this up. So does he go calm now? Just calm down and say, look, these guys behind me are battling it out. I don't need to stretch myself. I don't need to push myself. These two will have their little battle, and someone else might get involved with that. But where's Stormfly? Stormfly's absolutely melted it. He has disappeared off the racetrack. He is back in 5th place as Bandit comes through. Is he vulnerable now to Book to Boy, who is ahead of TJ? TJ's had another problem by the looks of things, as he's dropped down to 7th place. So GMAC takes the lead of this race. Wiggy into 2nd. Webson's up into 3rd. Bandit up into 4th, and Stormfly, who at one stage was 4 seconds clear, now a lot of work to do in that Mazda. So I was just saying, does he push? Does he kind of hold off? Does he let the guys behind him? And he just obviously overcooked it, and wham bam, thank you ma'am, into a wall, onto the grass, spinny, and the tyres ripping that lovely grass to shreds. Do not invite him round to your house to park, because he will fuck up for Verge. Right, but anyway, GMAC in the lead of this race. Him and Wiggy are just starting now to pull away. Do they work together to pull away, or are they going to have a battle between them? And we know Wiggy got on the back of Webster's in the last race and had a little battle with him, and didn't quite have enough to take the big win. But he's now racing GMAC, and we know that, well, let's be fair, GMAC's in his element. He doesn't have to bid for fuel or tyres, so he's in a great position right now. There is Webson's one last race out, and that was a good result from him. did hold off the final on-rushing charge from Wiggy. But yeah, to pick up the win is always awesome. Started from the back as well, and look, he's already got his way all the way up into 3rd place. Bandit, he's going to be under a bit of pressure from Stormfly here, but comfortably at the moment running with the big dogs. Yeah, running with the big dogs up in 4th place. How long can he hold Stormfly behind him? Because Stormfly does have, remember, a sub 106 lap in him. Last 3 laps have been 108, 108, 108, 108. Clearly pushing to beat that 105 was what caused the problem in the first place, and was the reason why he was facing in the wrong direction with a little spin and all that palaver. Stormfly is in 5th position, and I do love the fact that Bandit's found the Amigos different. Stormfly does make the move on Bandit, finally gets through. Has that battle in between them, and where Bandit's just been holding him up, has that allowed Bupta Boy to get back involved? About halfway through this race now, in fact, we're exactly halfway through this race. That's what happens when you get 7.5 minutes in a 15-minute race. It's half, and I don't need no maths to teach me that, brethren. I'm not talking like that. I didn't talk like that at school, and I still don't talk like that now. That's why I haven't been in London for too long. You pick up some of the lingo. 6th place is Bupta Boy. 8.3 seconds to get back to TJ. TJ and Urban Fire, just this car not on car and track actually not too much. The only saving goes, do you know what? I should have raced in this. I should have raced him. Because I can't race and commentate now. I can't even race and talk. There's no way I was racing and commentating. And then obviously I wouldn't have got to. Actually, I would have got to see that Urban Fire and Bupta Boy thing, because I could have just stayed with them at the back there. Until, of course, I crashed. Anyone wants to see an awesome crash, there is one on our YouTube channel from when I wiped out... I grazed Stormfly and completely wiped out Aussie, just because I wasn't looking at my radar or in my mirrors. But there we go. It is what it is. GMAC's still in the lead, still holding off Wiggy, but Wiggy's not going to let him pull away, surely. And back end flicking out there for GMAC. That gives Wiggy some impetus. He's right on him now, like a rat up a drain pipe, and up he goes into the lead of this race. And it's late as GMAC. You should have looked after those rear tyres and not let them step out like they did. But GMAC trying one up the inside, trying to slip out there. Did he just? He did. He just gave Wiggy a little nudge, but gives that place back. He knows he can't keep that. It don't belong to him because he stealed it. But he's back in 2nd now. Can he close back up on Wiggy now that this battle's a good little battle going on between these two? And Wiggy's just biding his time, sitting in there, and just waiting for the inevitable GMAC cock up. And that has given Wiggy some impetus now, and he's up into the lead of this race. He's going to try and pull away. Don't know if he can. Webson's is a bit closer. 1.1 seconds off the back of them. This top 3 battle isn't over, and I think this might be a 3-way battle to be had. Stormfly still 3.7 seconds back. He's just done a 1:05.8 though, which is the fastest lap of the race. Have we got enough time? Now he's got 3.7 seconds to catch these guys up. That's a 1:05.6. He's getting even quicker. So I'm saying, is he going to catch them up? The question is not going to be if, it's going to be when, by the looks of it, at this current pace. And 1:05.6 is Stormfly's current time. Webster's with a 1:06.2. GMAC, he hasn't done his fastest laps as lap 2, and that was a 1:06.6. And Wiggy with a 1:06.5. So without question, Stormfly's the quickest man out there. But it's whether there's enough time to catch and pass. Bear in mind, if he wants to win this race, he's got to pass Webson's, GMAC and Wiggy. And none of them are slouches by any stretch of the imagination. They're all putting in decent times. Webson's actually now right on the back of GMAC, and Wiggy's got a little bit of breathing room, just over a second clear. So as I said, GMAC was leading this race, and he was holding Wiggy off, wondering whether Wiggy could get through. As soon as he left that gap open, Wiggy went through it. And now Webson's involved in that battle too. And in the background, you can see there, Stormfly's got that gap down to 2 seconds. 1:05.3. He has absolutely got this car singing now. He is finding time from God knows where, everywhere. You'd expect to find every lap, you'd find a tenth, maybe 2 tenths. He's finding 3-4 tenths a lap. and just dialing it in. And he's looking now to make a move on Websons. He makes that move. He's up into third already. Stormfly just turning it on. It's like a flick. Someone flicked that switch on in the car. He's, oh yeah, that's where fourth gear is. And all of a sudden now up into third place. Can Webson stick with him? He's still eyeing a top 3 place. And look, any one of these guys has still got a mistake in them. Wiggy probably, of the front 3 at the moment, I'd say Wiggy is the one most likely to stay consistent. He's got blistering pace in him, but his forte is going to be consistency. G-Mac's got a little wobble in him. We know Stormfly's got a wobble in him, and G-Mac taking great advantage of track limits there and abusing them to the maximum. But now his job is going to be trying to hold off the charge of Stormfly. Stormfly could not improve. He did a 105.2, so he's still finding a tenth of a second, despite knocking the time down from low 106s down into the low 105s. Can he go sub 105? Can he do that? We will see. So G-Mac currently in second, Wiggy now 2.3 seconds clear. All he's got to do is keep this car on the racetrack, and the race belongs to him. And he can call his bitch and put it in his pocket and say, that belong to me. Stormfly up into second. He's found the way around G-Mac. Cam Webson's now. Is this going to be heartbreak for G-Mac, who is in the lead of this race, as we move into the last couple of laps here at Scuba? Is it silent here? It's called Scuba. I don't know. I've never actually bothered to check. But G-Mac at the moment is still in third. He's got to try and hold on. Quick look at the back, and there is Urban Fire. He's, I was going to say only 13 seconds back, but it is only 13 seconds because it's better than it was. It closed the gap a little bit to Boop the Boy. Imagine having to say that a lot throughout a race. Boop the Boy, Boop the Boy, Boop the Boy. He is 7.3 seconds off the back of TJ, who has found some rhythm now into the high 106s, just starting to find that better pace. I think he's a little too late. Bandit 3 seconds ahead of him. Not quite got the same race pace that TJ's found, but you never know. There's always that chance. We've got probably a lap left for pretty much everybody, except these guys. They may have been one lap left for these guys as well. So Wiggy in the lead. The gap is now 1.1 seconds as Stormfly with his charge forward. That was a slow lap for him. In comparison for him, really slow lap with a 106. That was a 105.2. 105.210. Another half a tenth of a second found that lap as he closes down on Wiggy on what will be the final lap here, lap 14 at Scuba Doo. Do these last 2 cars make it through? Yes, they do. Scooby-Doo. Apart from Urban Fire, of course, Urban Fire does not make it through. Book to Boy doesn't make it through either. They are 7th and 8th place. Here comes Urban Fire round that last bend. Here he comes into 8th place. It's better than 9th, put it that way. Did he wait for the line before he did that? No, he did not. Oh, yes, he did. He's finished. So Wiggy will take the win. The win here, will he? Because look, here is Stormfly just behind him as we come into this final turn. Does Stormfly take a chance and just chuck one up the inside? Wiggy targeting that inside line will not give any gap for Stormfly. Stormfly pulls out. They're going to cross the line, but it is Wiggy from Stormfly. G-Mac holds off Websons. Websons in 4th place. Bandit, he's got TJ right behind him. Does he hold him off as they come into this final turn? This is where TJ could chuck one up the inside, maybe one up around the outside. Loses that back end, just trying to get in. Bandit holding that inside line, not giving anything to him. This is a great battle, great. This has been the best one of the night, I think. Great battle there. Bandit just winning from TJ, from Book to Boy, from Urban Fire. What a great race that was. And we move on. We move on to another race. That was phenomenal. Really enjoyed that one. Best one so far. Awesomeness. Absolute awesomeness. So we move on to the Toyota GR Supra GR4. Lovely race car. That's going to be at Trial Mountain. So yeah, really, really impressed with that. That was something very special. I like it a lot, Picasso. So Wiggy from Stormfly, from GMAC, from Websons, Bandit, TJ, Book to Boy and Urban Fire. But at least Book to Boy and Urban Fire did it this time without killing each other. Still can't get over that smash into the pit wall at the end of that last race from Book to Boy on Urban Fire. Great racing though. Love that one. Brilliant cars they are. I'm not giving him that much glory. So there we go, done and dusted. So next we move on to GR Super, and let's just let them know. GR Supra. It's GR Supra GR4. Thanks for joining us, you guys from ART. That was awesome. If there's anyone else that wants to jump in and you can send them our way, that'd be awesome if they want to get involved. Yeah, that was really, really cool. Enjoyed that. That was really good. Favourite race so far. Can we get any better than that? Well, I doubt it very much. Good racing though. Right. He's off. I think, is he off already? He is. Oh, he's gone. No point in me saying goodbye to him because he's already gone. I'll message him later and say thanks for coming in. Right, so GR Supra is next. And that will be a trial mounted. I can change it again. Let's get the track up, shall we? Edit event settings. Trial mounted. Where's it gone? 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 I am awful at this, right? It's right there. And then there were 4. Tell you what I'm going to do, right? Where are we at in terms of racing? So they all do. I don't know if they will come this way in this lobby switch and style. Talk about yourselves back in 2 seconds. I need to get a drink. Absolutely, you can. Stalwart, so 5 For 20 quid, you only want a 5-second delay. If that's all you want, mate, that's you can have that, absolutely. So, if you're listening, Stormfly, there we go. 5-second delay. Let's put it up here. Let's done then. Oh. Delay for Stormfly. There we go. Oh. There we go. Everyone has been made aware of it. Quality. Absolute quality. I don't think anyone else from Art is jumping this way this time round, which is cool. I think they've had a few people possibly jump out of their groups and stuff. It's a shame I can't see him, he's in all their groups, to be fair. But it is, and he's going to do it again on the next race. That's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Well, as soon as Wiggy checks in, I will reset, ready to go. Then let me get the correct car, change car, just Supra. It's Toyota, isn't it? Toyota. I don't know how true this is. I heard a story that a woman sued a company. Because it was like a sales competition. Whoever sold the most got a toy Yoda, and she actually got a toy Yoda, and sued the company because she thought it was going to be an actual Toyota. So that's a 10-second delay for Aaron in this race. That's awesome, absolutely awesome. So 10-second delay for Aaron in this race. Let's get the grid set then, shall we? Starting grid. So, Stormfly will be... I know, because he didn't win that race, did he? It was... did he win that race? I can't remember. No, he didn't, did he? So he goes to the back. But Stormfly's got to wait 10 seconds anyway. So he goes there. Then it is G-Mac there. No, I need to apply that. No, I don't discard. I guess I want to apply that. I'm awful at this one. Absolutely awful. Right, I think we are ready to go. I'm just going to double check. Who's that message from? Right, I think we can do this thing. Yeah, let's do this thing. Why am I entering? Wrong button. That's the one I want. Chilling insight into my lack of ability to run a lobby on a game that I'm on pretty much every single day. So, loving it. Absolutely loving it. 10-second delay for Wiggy at the beginning of this race, and I will be counting. Let's go on board with Wiggy and just make sure he actually with Stormfly. Sorry. I'll take it in the next race. That is, mate. Why has Wiggy not started? Why? I tell you, I'm assuming you did it for that. Oh, see, I thought it was going to be for the next race, but there we go. Well, as you served it in that race, you can you don't have to serve it in the next one, but it does mean that GMAX still got to serve in the next race. So that's put a different complexion on it. Wiggy is behind Stormfly. He served his. I don't know if he meant to serve that penalty, to be fair, but they're battling it out anyway. TJ up in the lead. He is just a second ahead of GMAC here at Trial Mountain, and That was awesome, absolutely awesome. I don't think he expected to see that coming. Played it like a blinder, that penalty, but they are going at it at the back now, and Stormfly's got a point to prove. So 15 minutes. He had a 10-second deficit at the start. We didn't need to serve it that time. Don't know, Phil. It's that we had 9 people originally signed up to do it. Only 5 turned up. We've just had a couple of ART guys in here that joined us for a couple of races. But at the moment, Stormfly's just had to serve a 10-second penalty for grid start. Sorry, 5 seconds. Well, it was 5 seconds for James's donation, and then Gary decided to donate as well, to give him an extra 5 seconds at the back, and then Stormfly decided to whack in a tenner as well to hand over to Wiggy and GMAC. Although Wiggy served his on this race when GMAC didn't, so GMAC's going to do it at the beginning of the next race because the race only already started by the time I'd seen that the donation was through. So it is TJ in the lead of this race. He is 3 tenths up from GMAC. Who is just making the move into the lead. He can be as cocky as he likes now because he's going to have to serve a 5-second penalty in the next race. And, well, not a penalty, just a 5-second fine, shall we say, of time. Where he's going to have to sit at the back and he's going to have to wait while everybody else disappears off up the road. And if he finishes there, of course, he'll be starting from the front of the grid, at the back of the grid, which will make matters even worse. Why am I not getting... That's why I need to do that. Because I can't get that view. There we go. That's what we wanted. So GMAC in the lead, 1.2 seconds clear of TJ. TJ running a good track for TJ this one. Don't know about the car. He's not got a livery on it, so I assume he hasn't driven much in this car. That's I suppose a good assumption to make at this time. Bearing in mind he hasn't got a livery on it, that he hasn't driven it much. But he's good on this track. We've seen him do quite well here on a number of occasions. There's Bandit, he's in 3rd place, and Stormfly's already closed the gap to 1.7 seconds. Personally, I think that they were going to play it. It should have been played on the next race, which is in the F-150 Raptor, which is absolutely going to kill GMAC, because, you know, these are quick race cars and you can catch up with these. The Raptor, not so much so. That's going to be a bit of a nightmare. Why don't you jump on, Phil, and just and bust out a couple of races? It's all fun for charity. Having a bit of a laugh. So if we go to... Yeah, what have we got next? So Stormfly is making that charge. He's on the back of Bandit already. And then it's 1.5 seconds up the road to his next target. So it hasn't really worked out too well. Although Wiggy's holding it over for 2 races, or 5 seconds on this race and 5 seconds on the next as well, which is quite welcome. But it's going to be the Ford F50 Raptor at Road Atlanta as the next race. If you get a 5-second deficit there, you are in trouble, man, because it's going to be a difficult car, a difficult vehicle to drive on a difficult racetrack for a vehicle like that. And starting 5 seconds slower than everybody else in the vehicle that doesn't really get away from the line, going to be interesting. I think GMAC and Stormfly are going to be struggling. So Wiggy right at the back of the pack. So that deficit that he handed to Stormfly has not really paid off too well for him. He's 2.2 seconds back, and he served that 5 seconds penalty that was paid for by Stormfly. He didn't need to. He could have waited till the next race because he already started this one. But you know, he served it now. It is done. It is done. GMAC 4.9 seconds clear here, and I think it's going to be very difficult to look beyond. Okay, you're going to do it just VR. That'd be awesome. Just racing on VR. I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to do it, mate. To be honest. I mean, it's a lot of money to spend out when I don't race a lot anyway. I mean, 500 quid for a VR headset. That's a ton of money, man. But if somebody wants to send me one for reviewing purposes, I'll happily do that. It's a shame, actually, you haven't got screen in front of the wheel. Good to have you back, man. We missed you, baby. We missed you. Right, so GMAC 4.5 seconds clear. TJ running well, still in 2nd place. Stormfly, though, despite having a 10-second deficit at the start. Already up to third and 1.6 seconds behind TJ. So maybe a bit more money, man. Maybe a bit more money is necessary to punish this boy. Maybe what they should have done was use their money for a free punt Stormfly token. Because they could have, one each, they could have kept him well and truly out of the mix as soon as he went past them. Because that would be either an incentive to when he went past, just to pit manoeuvre him into a wall, or for him just to stay the hell out of the way. But, you know, it is what it is. Stormfly running in third place. Wiggy up into fourth. Bandit is down in fifth place, 1.5 seconds back. And he's in the BMW, of course, instead of the GRC because he didn't have one and he's run out of money, which is absolutely fine. You know, no one's going to care about that. It's all for charity, innit, brother? And just to remind you why we're doing this, this is the Racing Against Cancer for Amigos Racing, and this is lobby number 4, just helping our friends at Amigos out with trying to raise a little bit of cashola. It's for Lankster and Elite digits in their fight against cancer. And let's have a look actually. I'm going to look at the race so far because the numbers have been going through the roof, to be fair. Hold the line corner. Let's go back up front to GMAX to out front, 7 seconds clear. So how have those donations to try and slow Stormfly down, how have they affected the sum total? Well, you know, I said beforehand that it would be great if we could get to 600. Then, you know, bypass 600, so it'd be great if we get to 750. It's at £829. I don't know what else to say, but well done. And you know, we haven't, as a group, BF Black Flag hasn't put huge amounts in there. We've put a little bit of cash in there, of course. But I mean, as a whole, I think what ART doing here is phenomenal. No hassle, super squid, everyone involved in it. Everyone involved. Yeah, I could reel off the names of everybody, but I'm not going to. I couldn't reel off the names of everybody. Not looking it up anyway. But it's a phenomenal thing. This is the time that we use to just like wind down and do it and have a bit of fun and all that. And usually we wouldn't give our time for this. Well, I say that some people do, some people don't. But it's absolutely brilliant. Yeah, you know, it's a bit of messing around, and we've, you know, got some people getting smashed off the racetrack and all sorts of things. And no, it's phenomenal. £829 is that. It is way beyond the 250 target. It's just absolutely brilliant. Obviously, big shout out to GMAX. GMAX are just stuck in a tenner to Scup and Stormfly. That didn't go too well. Wiggy stuck into money. He's putting 2 tokens on Stormfly. Stormfly wanted to get the fuckers back. He certainly got Wiggy back already. Although Wiggy making his way up into 3rd place there. Can it close on GMAX? That's the question. Doesn't look like it. GMAX going to have a 5-second penalty to serve in the next race. That's been bought and paid for. Loving it. Oh, do you know, I love this, right? So there's some hang on, just having a look at some of the donations. So there was a request for Super Squid to say, and I'll read it out word for word, to refer to every driver as their name, King of the Wasps, who I love unconditionally while commenting on the race. And I can't wait to find out which one you're dating. There's just been another one for him from MMR LM. 15 quid, great donation. Squid to commentate the Supras, but every time an overtake is shown, he must say Christmas is here in the highest voice possible. That is absolute quality. Absolute quality. Loving it. Some of these things are brilliant. Yeah, some of these requests keep coming. Particularly throughout. And I can't, genuinely, right, normally when I finish doing the broadcast and all that, I might watch one or so, but I'm actually going to sit there and I'm going to watch the whole thing back for Squid afterwards, because I think we missed an absolute doozy. It's a shame we've only got 5 in the lobby here, because I think we could have had so much more fun if some of the other guys are coming. But I have a feeling that the shenanigans of yesterday have reared their ugly head and just soured the moment a little bit. But it is what it is. Right, so GMAC is 11.8 seconds clear. Absolute clear. He's going to start from the back of the grid in the Raptor at Road Atlanta with a 5-second deficit, unless of course someone decides to make that even worse. Or I suppose he could buy himself back to the front of the grid if he really wants to. Stormfly, there he is in second place. He is ahead of Wiggy, who chucked a 5-seconder on him, and then for some reason served the penalty himself. He could have waited till the next race, to be fair. He could have waited till the next race. But there we go. TJ in fourth place. He is 1.6 seconds back from those two. And Bandit struggling in that BMW. Unfortunately, didn't have the Supra to hand, so just chucking that BMW around. But I think even now looking at it, BOP on this BMW just doesn't match up to any other car. To be fair, I should have suggested a better car than BMW. Apologies, Bandit. I should have given you a fighting chance by sticking in an Alpha or something. Maybe. There's no GR4, idiot. Well, in any other GR3 car, shall we say. So, we're what, 11 minutes in, 11 seconds clear. There is just 3 minutes left for Stormfly, if he can, to close on GMAC, or Wiggy, if he can, to take that place from Stormfly. Fastest lap has been from GMAC, that's 201.7. 202.3 is Stormfly's quickest lap, and the 201.8 is Wiggy's. So Wiggy's got a little bit of pace on Stormfly. Can he make it count in these last couple of laps? This is going to be lap 7. They're just going to go and start now, and that will be the penultimate lap, I think, and take us on to lap 8. You know, we're having a bit of fun, we're having a bit of a laugh, and but it is a serious cause. So if you can, stick your hand in your pocket. If you haven't done it, if you're catching this, you're not catching this live, you're watching this later, and you kind of missed all the action there, and you didn't get a chance to get involved and donate and all that, you can do. If you make a sensible request for something for, you know, obviously not to affect someone's position in a league race, that's ridiculous. But if there's a shout, you want me to say or something you want me to do that's ridiculous on a broadcast, I will happily do that in a later broadcast if you didn't get a chance to donate and get me to do something stupid today. No nudity, obviously, because seriously, people pay money for not going back on. Let's be clear about that. So the charge is on. Wiggy is trying, but he just can't seem to find that extra bit of oomph to get past Stormfly, and he's not close enough coming into this straight uphill section to find a way around into this big sweeping left-hander at the end. And it just doesn't seem to be enough when he comes out of the previous turn to be close enough. But there's, you know, we've seen Stormfly make errors, even in that last race where he was so super quick. He was still making errors, and he's closing up now on the back of Stormfly. So he does close the gap, but Stormfly just seems to open it up when it's an opportunity potentially for a slipstream overtake. It's a very good race management, actually. But all this does, this plays into GMAC's hands, because GMAC is, you know, he's still 9.8 seconds clear. Yeah, they might be catching him, but not out of rate. But Wiggy is a lot closer here, and he's just been putting the fastest lap of the race now, to 1.1, and he's right up the back of Stormfly. Gives him a little nudge to remind him he's there. It's going to be all be about the exit here. Big exit will be the opportunity he needs. Now that is close, pretty damn close. Just half a second in it. He's tucked in behind that Supra of Stormfly. Can he make it count though? He's not closing quick enough to make a move here, which means he's going to have to hang on until the braking zone before the next long straight now. And if he can, try and just make sure he's coming out of that just a couple of tenths behind. The problem is, if he catches him in the braking zone, you have to back off even more, because the car in front of you, you don't want to punt him into a wall. Although that would have been bearing in mind, 20 quid would have bought you 2 of them. Well, this is the final lap of the race. GMAC is 9.4 seconds clear. This is the battle behind. You can see there's GMAC coming out of the tunnel, and there is Stormfly and Wiggy heading in to the tunnel, or the first of the 2 tunnels anyway. So they come round, they're going to head up the hill. This is where the battle ensues. Stormfly is behind, can't catch, is a headshot, sorry. Wiggy just can't seem to close that gap enough. He's closing more this time. Is this where he makes the big bold move up the inside as Bandit finishes that BMW in 5th position. Here we go. Wiggy is closer. Is he going to be brave and try and chuck one up the inside? We've got a couple of turns left, and this is where he seems to be a little bit quicker, Wiggy, in this section, as we're moving round into sector 3, I think we're in now, or sector 4. So Stormfly at the moment just defending every single apex. He would rather go a little bit slower and just not leave any room on the apex for Wiggy to get through. As we head down, there are just 2 more corners remaining for them. Head down past that pit entrance. It's going to be this left-hander. They're both going to turn in. Then the right-hander, Wiggy, has a little look up the inside. Isn't on for him there. He's going to have a look this time. He's having a go. Tries to chuck it up the inside. Doesn't make it work. And it's going to be Stormfly from Wiggy for 2nd and 3rd. But every right to go for that. And absolutely should have done. But there we go. Crossing the line. G-Mac from Stormfly from Wiggy. And TJ will bring it home in 4th place for good result there. There we go. Trail Mountain done and dusted. We move on. And that was brilliant. Beginning of the next race, G-Mac will start from the back of the grid with a 5-second grid penalty. How do you like that apples, G-Mac? Because Wiggy's already served his. Next race, of course, will be the Ford F50 Raptor at Road Atlanta. Before we move on to the final race, which will be the Honda Genesis GR3 at your favourite and mine, right, Trial Mountain, not Trial Mountain, Dragon Trail. So, G-Mac from Stormfly, from Wiggy, from Bandit. 2 races to go. Let's get this lobby changed and get this track changed to Road Atlanta. I can find this one quite easily, can't I? Because it's there. There we go. First time I haven't cocked up finding a lobby. And this is in the F-150 Raptor. F-150 Raptor. I need to find a way to do both chats. To be fair, I probably could just be logged in the chat, kind of half listen to it. And yeah, I've got 2 sets of headphones. There's going to be a 5-minute pause in case anyone wants to donate anything. Does TJ want to donate a £5 and compound G-Mac's misery, or does Bandit want to stick a couple of quid in and compound G-Mac's misery, or does Wiggy want to serve more? Let me just remind you, Mackie's got 5 seconds to serve. 5-second delay. It's how we should do the handicap like this, rather than trying to mess around with all you mess with your card and sort out your settings and all that kind of thing. Is that we just whack on a delay at the next race. Oh yeah, there's another one of Aaron. I forgot about that. And Aaron, here we go. He served his 5 seconds in the last race because he started. Wiggy started late, didn't he? So he doesn't have to serve it this time. Because he stayed on the line. No, what I said there's a 10 seconds for both of them. And but because I'd already put ready up, it was going to be in the next race, but you served it anyway. So you served yours. So it's just Aaron and GMAC has got to serve it. This should be interesting. To be fair though, Aaron had a 10-second delay in that last race and still finished fucking second. I don't think there's enough money to slow him down. I think that's the problem. There's just not enough money to fucking keep him behind you. It might be a bit harder here though because you've got the Raptors. We'll see. We will see. I did like that one with the man. We got to do something with them Masters, man. That was a really cool race. Right. I've got to go and sort my daughter out. She's needs to use the back in a second because TJ needs a minute. That's cool. We're still waiting for donations on the other groups anyway. Right, one shoulder sorted. Let's see if everyone's ready. Right, remember it's only 5 seconds for GMAC and Stormfly because Wiggy served his in the last race. He didn't have to serve it in the last race, should have been served in this one. So, because he did in the last race, he doesn't have to serve it this time. This should be pretty damn awesome. I should probably set the grid, shouldn't I? Let me set the grid. It goes there. GMAC go there. Wiki go there. I think you're in trouble this time, GMAC. Right. Let's do this shit. So here we go. It is the Raptors this time at Road Atlanta. This one, and then we got one more. We got the Genesis at Dragon Trail Gardens. Or is it Seaside? Dragon Trail Seaside, I think it is. Waiting for the race to start, of course. And then I've got to jump out and jump back in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and they're away. The gap already is a big gap. Oh, wrong button. That's the one I want. So the gap is exactly 5 seconds, funny enough. But oh, look at TJ having a go on Wiggy. Was he looking to play with it? Was he looking to have a little fight there? Bandit ahead of Wiggy. TJ didn't hold it, but TJ spun. He's lost the back of that Raptor. He is back on the track now. And GMAC and Stormfly bounding through. And how about that? Not a bad start. So Bandit in the lead, holding out 8/10 ahead of Wiggy in these. And these Raptors are so cool. I don't know why we don't race stuff like this more often. This stuff is really fun stuff to race. This is what we need to do. We need to do some more races in things like this. You know, there's all these cars that haven't even used, man. Who knows? There is a penalty for GMAC. He likes going slowly. because he's serving a penalty. He's made the move on Stormfly. What's the point? Because what's going to happen here is Stormfly is going to go breezing through. There we go, and it's bye-bye GMAC. Or is it? Or is it bye-bye GMAC? No, it's not. GMAC was far enough ahead for that not to count too much. So Bandit in the lead of the race, Wiggy in second place, GMAC in third, Stormfly in fourth place, TJ at the rear. He spun his car out. Work out for Stormfly and GMAC. They had to start 5 seconds back. Can they close the gap onto Bandit and Wiggy in these Raptors? It's going to take some work. These are difficult trucks to drive anyway. Well, they're good fun to drive, but they're difficult to get to any to maintain any speed for any length of time. Got up to 94 mile an hour though, and I tell you what, this is the world's best-selling truck. So there's going to be trucks like this racing all the time anyway. Bandit in the lead from Wiggy. They're still pulling away. Bandit's still holding Wiggy off though, very, very well. That is fastest sector there for Bandit. Has Bandit's secret weapon all along been this F-150 Raptor? Is he a bit of a Raptor racer? Is this his secret? Road Atlanta in the Raptor is the one for Bandit. Who knows? Could well be. And my luck on daily races today, having just only one daily race today, and I was in the lead, and it was 15 minutes into the race, and then my internet disconnected, and yeah, I was pretty fucking pissed off about that. But you know, shit happens. Wiggy takes the lead from Bandit, but under braking. Who's bravest? It's Bandit. He gets it through. He retakes the lead of this race, but the run out of that final turn. Wiggy's got that run, he's got that inside line, heading down to the start-finish line, back into the lead. How big a lead can he build up before the final race of the evening? I should have kept a league table, but it's not really worth it because people bashing each other out of the way doesn't really matter, does it? So Wiggy from Bandit, Stormfly. The gap is actually getting bigger rather than smaller. And Stormfly and GMAC still battling out there back in third and fourth. And there's the back of Stormfly's car coming round to meet the front. And GMAC off up the road. Can he now, without that battling, make some inroads into the gap, the 7.5 second gap to Bandit here at Road Atlanta? So 9-10 seconds is the gap to Stormfly. But TJ having a terrible time of it in his F-150. 1 minute 50 is his quickest lap. That's compared to Wiggy's 1 minute 37. That's a big difference. But then I suppose if you're not used to driving the F-150, it probably happens. It's a complicated. There's no grip in this car, is there? And there he goes again. You've got to lift through there, man. You've got to lift through there. You cannot do that bit flat. But I bet TJ's swearing right now at the screen. So we leads just half a second from Bandit. He's not pulling away. So he did make the overtake, but he's not been able to pull away from him. So there's going to be every opportunity for Bandit to get back involved here. It only takes a little error. And we've seen just how easy it is to lose the back end of these trucks. These really cool trucks. But so how easy it is to lose that back end when you're just pushing it to the absolute limit. Wiggy 1.3 seconds clear of Bandit. GMAC has absolutely started melting it now. That gap was 7 seconds when he was battling Stormfly. He's closed that gap to 4.3 seconds with Stormfly 11.2 seconds behind him. So the 5 second penalty affected both of them equally until Stormfly lost the back end. And then with no one to battle, GMAC was kind of free just to get on with it and start moving up the road. But don't count Aaron out at this stage, or at any stage really, because he can surprise you. He'll surprise you one of two ways. He'll either put in a lap you thought was impossible to do, or he will crash again. The fact that either is on the cards is always a good thing. But there we go. That's a fastest sector. GMAC's put in 1:36.2. Wiggy's fastest lap 37.5. Bandit with a 38.3. and a penalty. So that'll just give Wiggy that little bit of breathing room as he serves that penalty now. But that will also bring GMAC a bit closer to the back of Bandit. Just coming up to the 6-minute mark. So we're going to be, what, probably about 8 laps here before we're finished. But I think we should do like a 900 jacket. GMAC drifting that F-150 all over the gaff. Properly, you know, he's sliding the back end out the way it's supposed to slide out, and just keeping it within the realms of the grip being a bit shit. But last lap, his lap 3 was a 136.2. That was a 137.0. Stormfly does a 147.7 the lap before. That's a 106.3. How did he do a 106.3? It doesn't make any sense. So a 135.7. Why did he give me a 106.3? I wasn't seeing things. It was definitely written there. 135.7 for Stormfly. So fastest lap of the race so far. But the gap is nearly 11 seconds. So still loads to do. TJ 41 seconds back. That's how you slide the back end out. But you're supposed to catch it again when you do it. Didn't work that time. Not working for him. He's basically driving like me at the moment, which is a little bit rubbish. Yeah, so basically, instead of me being out there and driving like that, TJ is doing it for me. And I think I've got a surprise in mind for the phone race. We'll see how I feel. We'll see. So Wiggy 1.8 seconds clear of Bandit now. That penalty didn't help him. He is still 5.4 seconds clear of GMAC. So that's the 5-second penalty that GMAC had to serve. He still hasn't closed up that deficit to the guys at the front. Still got that to do. Stormfly's closed the gap to 8.3 seconds on the back of GMAC. So that is still, he's in the realms of catching him. If he can continue doing 35.7s, GMAC fastest lap being 36.2, he'd catch him at the end of a 1 hour race. Now I think it really depends if GMAC drops off about him. Last lap was a 39.1 compared to Stormfly's 36.3 on that lap. So we'll see, because the gap is getting smaller. It's down to 7.1 seconds. TJ is 3.5 days back. Yeah, he's just decided to stay in second gear, I think, and he's going to drive it like a farm boy, just plodding around. I'm surprised, actually. I'm surprised that he's not quicker in the truck, bearing in mind that he sells big heavy machinery and trucks and shit. I think he sells trucks. Could be wrong. Wiggy leads the way at 3.7 seconds now, perfectly into his hands, and that 135.7 he's just done is the fastest lap of the race. Bandit with 5.6 second benefit over GMAC. That's going to open up now as we watch GMAC serve this penalty, and there he goes, slowing it down. And I tell you what, there was some question about when GMAC would catch Bandit, but I don't think it's going to be much before Stormfly catches him at the moment, because he's on an absolute charge. And close that gap. That gap is now down to, I've got GMAC ahead, because Bandit has had a problem. It nearly collects Stormfly on the way through, but he survives, and Bandit with that spin is down into 4th place. Still 1 point, well, basically a lap, almost a lap ahead of TJ now, who is just ahead of him there on the racetrack. And so it's Wiggy, 9.7 seconds, clear air behind him, before you get to GMAC with another penalty. And he's got Stormfly closing, although the gap is now down, opened up a little bit to 6.7 seconds. He would have lost a bit of time, Stormfly, on that last lap. Well, he's got a penalty, but also with the avoiding of the accident with Bandit. So, yeah, so 6.4 seconds. There's 5 minutes left to go. He needs to be taking out a second and a half a lap out of GMAC if he wants any hope of catching him over the next 3 laps. Or more than that. So it's less than it's about 3 minutes a lap. He's taking 3 seconds a lap. He's taking out. There's only a couple of laps left. Helps if you're much better at math when you do this shit. So Stormfly's got a 1 second penalty to serve. That will actually bring Bandit closer to him. So maybe GMAC is safe. He's certainly not close enough to Wiggy. Wiggy is all over this. Like a rash on a big fat whore. He is all over it. And that is a sideways TJ. You can't park that there. And that's what happens when you park that there. GMAC crashes straight into you. Couldn't avoid the accident. And yeah, your charge is over. But that does bring Stormfly back into it. As TJ loses his car. GMAC catches him. And now Stormfly on the back of him. And what a miserable day for TJ, but even more as he goes into the pits, because I think he's had enough now. He's had enough. He's coming into the pits to park up because he hates this car and he hates this track, and he's going to have a little cry. And I would too if I was in his position. We were 18 seconds clear of GMAC, and there's the move. GMAC on Stormfly, and a penalty for GMAC as well, just to pile on the misery. So unfortunate. Love it when shit like this happens. There's Bandit in 4th place. Does this secondary penalty, or secondary, third and 4th penalty for GMAC, push him into the loving embrace of Bandit? Because Bandit did show very good initial early pace, and can lap in the low 37s, which is where we can see GMAC could be lapping. So there is the potential, with another penalty or two or a little mistake, that Bandit could nick himself top 3 spot. 17 seconds clear is Wiggy. He is not getting caught unless it's something catastrophic would need to happen to this man here for him to get caught at this stage. Excuse me. And Stormfly is 16 seconds back, so that's not happening. 4.6 seconds back to 5.6, 6.1 to GMAC. So GMAC did make a mistake. He is dropping into that loving embrace of the Dutchman Bandit. It's Brit to Dutchman to Brit to Dutchman to Dutchman. Very Dutch heavy in here, isn't it? You know, if you wonder what a Dutch heavy lobby smells like, it's basically lube and shame. That's what it smells like. Yeah, I thought you might have done, mate. You weren't having a great job, but you're not allowed to park it there. That's the problem. So we're a very Dutch heavy lobby. And as I said, a Dutch lobby smells like lube and shame quite often. So Bandit is right on the back of GMAC now, and whereas GMAC did quite well early on, made his way forward. Now he's struggling a little bit, and he's got the loving embrace and the snogs and hugs and kisses of Bandit awaiting him if he can't pull away. There is 40 seconds left. This should be, I think, the last lap. It won't be for Wiggy. There is Wiggy coming around. He's going to make another lap here. Quite easily make another lap. And he's going to be so far ahead that he'll be in. What do I smell like? I smell like bacon and butterflies. That may or may not be true. Yeah, bacon and butterflies. 15 seconds clear. Stormfly does make another lap. Does GMAC? Is GMAC close enough to make another lap? He is not. This is the end of the line for GMAC. Or does he? The race is over. Bandit doesn't catch him in the end. And he finishes in 4th. TJ is in the pits. He still hasn't finished. The problem is where he is in the pits, he hasn't actually crossed the line yet. So he's not finished. So he needs to go out on the racetrack in order to finish the race. Because the finish line's a bit further up than that. Blueberry Teletubby Vapors. Phil, how you doing, buddy? Just jump in for the last race, Phil. Got one more race after this. In the Genesis. I can't believe we're actually doing that. I don't think you needed to, TJ. I think you already passed the line when you were in the pits, to be honest. But I just wanted to see you do another lap. I can't believe you actually listened to it. Yeah, I think because you'd already passed the line before the timer ran out, you will have to know You're just going to wait for the time to run out now, aren't you? But Wiggy will bring it home. Here he comes. Final lap, finishing for Wiggy. 1:35.0 his last lap. Stormfly with the fastest lap goes sub 35. And Wiggy's going to wait there and wait for TJ. Or he's going to wait for Stormfly. Stormfly comes round, loses the back end slightly. Does make it there. But he's got a penalty. So it doesn't matter what he does. Even if he overtakes Wiggy at the line, that penalty will count and drop him down. But G-Max is too far back for it to make a blind bit of difference. And there's TJ having to drive that last lap home because he sat in the pits after working out that he couldn't drive a truck, essentially. Lesson learned. Do not give TJ the keys to a truck. There we go. 5 races down. That's some of them have been properly funny. Really, actually, I'll tell you what. My favourite ones. It was the battle between Booked Boy and Urban Fire in race number 2. Particularly the end when Booked absolutely melted Urban into the pit wall. The little Mazdas racing around Scuba was pretty darn cool. 1 race left. Let's change up the lobby for that. Yeah, I've got to try and remember. Oh, it's Dragon Trail, isn't it? Dragon Trail Seaside is the last track. Should be fun. It's in the Genesis. Oh, it's Dragon Trail. It's Dragon Trail. It's Dragon Trail. There it is. Dragon Trail Seaside. Some players are still initialising. They bloody would be, wouldn't they? Who's initialising? I'm going to try again. There we go. That's better, huh? Right, Dragon Trail Seaside. The car is 1,000 points awarded for fastest lap. I'm not even giving out any points. Right, so this is the last race. The last car is, and because you're listening, you can tell them to type it. It's the Genesis G70 GR3, if I remember rightly. I'll just double check. Hold the line corner. I'm actually in the wrong bit. Just called again. Yeah, talk amongst yourselves. Yeah, it is the Hyundai Genesis GR3. Oh, it's Seaside and it's reversed as well. I'll just let him leave it like this. That's it, yeah. Don't know who Flo Rustle Racer is. He's going to clearly be in the RX Vision GT3 concept, despite the fact you can see that everyone else is in the Genesis GR3. But on it, it's the last race. I'm really tempted to do something really horrible. Fuck, I'm doing it. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it because our reputation. If I do, I was gonna pay put a nice fat tenner in for you lot to absolutely melt the shit out of Florence to Racer, but I'm not going to do it because it's not a nice thing to do. It's tantamount to bullying if he's not involved. It's not fair. Let's just race it clean in the Genesis, and we'll see how quick he is in the. Well, he's only a C-rated driver, so you shouldn't have a problem with him. Let's have it, shall we? Let me set the grid. Starting grid. Right, who won that one? That was Wiggy. So Wiggy go to the back, and then it was Stormfly, wasn't it? Then it was the G Mac and Cheese. Was it G Mac second? It was G Mac second, wasn't it? I can't remember. Who was second? Was it G Mac or You don't have a Raptor. Tell me you don't have a Raptor in real life, because if you drive a Raptor like that, that's absolutely awful. Who was second last time? I can't remember. G-Mac, fuck it. I'm moving into the back in a minute, so don't worry about that. Latest, brethren. Done. Wee! Let's have it, boys. Let's have some fun. No, they mean nothing, mate. I'm a C at the minute, and I'm not a C-rated driver. No, you're right, they don't mean much at all, mate. I'm actually on a bit of an experiment this week, Phil, because I reckon if I spam it, although I am running out of time this week, it's been a bit busy this week, I reckon if I can spam it, I can make B on daily race C at the minute, because I'm doing quite well. Although my getting disconnected for internet problems didn't help, but I reckon I can make B. Anyway, done and dusted, we are away. This is the final race. TJ leads them out. Tells me he owns that Raptor in real life, cannot drive it around the racetrack. But it's all a go. Let's see how everyone fares in these Genesis, Honda Genesis GR3s, which are, I don't think I've even got one. But TJ leads the way out, Bandit in second, Wiggy, Stormfly, G-Mac, all having it. Who's that that spun? That's G-Mac spinning. Have some of that, my son, and get back involved. Oh my God, it's carnage. Absolute carnage. I don't know if they meant to do that, but it went all horribly wrong for them. And TJ goes through. Floristal Racer in the completely wrong car is up into second place. And that gives TJ a massive gap of 2.2 seconds out in front. Can he maintain that gap? G-Mac in third despite his spin. Bandit, Stormfly and Wiggy fourth, fifth and sixth place. I don't know what happened there. I don't know who caused that, but it looked like great fun. And I didn't even have to pay for that one. I was actually contemplating throughout the race, like chucking in like a quid here, a quid there for certain people to take out others. And there's a spin from Floristal Racer, and he is right at the back of the pack. So he's got to work his way back up again. 6 seconds difference to go. The Stormfly got a problem because that gap is coming down. Right, so where are we at? So would you believe it? Having not been able to drive a car that he actually owns, let's just unpack that for a minute. On the last racetrack, TJ is now 6.6 seconds clear in this Hyundai Genesis at the last of these races for ART Racing Against Cancer. G-Mac running in second place, 6.4 seconds behind. 7.7 back to Wiggy, 2 seconds back to Stormfly, and then Bandit is crawling all over the back of Stormfly and me, vying for a way through that Floristal Racer.